nothing too crazy. So if you want, we shouldn't need any props, nothing too crazy unless you want to grab anything in particular. Go ahead and get yourself situated, just sitting up nice and tall. You might even shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Allow them to fall down and back. And do that a few times. Take any movement in the shoulders, in the neck. Anything to just like get yourself moving a little bit, move things around, but also just create a little bit of space where you might feel stagnant or stuck, and then just pause. Awesome. See if you can, when your eyes are closed, just start to soften the jaw. Because for me, I know that's where I don't even realize, but I often hold a lot of tension there. Maybe even soften your tongue away from the roof of your mouth and just take a big breath in to fill all the way up. And find a little bit of grounding energy as you exhale. So we'll talk about that idea of staying grounded, but then also finding freedom within that feeling of grounded. So feeling grounded does not mean that we have to just be in one place. Feeling grounded can mean that we are just aware of where we are as we are moving, so we can find that grounding in our feet, in our foundation, in our seat. But we can also allow there to be a little bit of freedom. Maybe thinking about it as like freedom in the upper body, or freedom in the breath, freedom in finding like a sense of flow. And as we start to transition into this season where things get dry, right? Even though it's wet outside, you wouldn't think of it as being dry, but thinking about how the leaves start to become drier, the trees become drier, and then we enter into winter where things are like really, really dry. The air is dry. Things are like dormant or stagnant. And when we enter into that season of feeling dry, in Ayurveda, it brings up a lot of vata energy, which can leave us feeling ungrounded. So just take a moment to feel that sense of pause where you've landed, but take that breath in to find that freedom as you inhale. And breath out to land on your exhale. And do that 2 more times. Take a deep breath in, find that freedom in the chest, the expansion. And then your exhale, think about it just grounding you down. Last time on your own. And then continue to find a little bit more freedom in the upper body by, again, maybe rolling the head side to side. Maybe it's staying in neutral, sitting up a little taller. Maybe it's starting to find like a cat-cow-like motion. So lifting your chest, feeling your shoulders roll back, and maybe even lift your chin. Awesome. And then exhale to round your upper back, drop your chin to your chest, shoulders forward. And then with your eyes closed, I want you to just like move intuitively. And sometimes that like leads to a little discomfort because you like to be led. But I want you to just like lessen that discomfort or just don't even listen to it. And then think about what your body needs. So start to become a little bit more intuitive. Maybe it's even just side to side motion. Staying grounded even as you're moving. And just take it for 3 more rounds of breath. 2. Last one. And then just slowly start to make your way onto your hands and your knees to tabletop pose. Moving any props that you had underneath you just off to the side. And then I want you to do the same thing in tabletop pose. So close your eyes. Let it be about what it feels like, not about what it looks like, and take 5 rounds of breath to just really ground down through the hands, through the feet, through the knees, maybe even the shins. But then find freedom in the spine, in the neck, in the head, even the hips. Because we all have different holding patterns and we all have different lives where we sit, we move in all different ways. So just listen to your body and see if you can get into those little spaces, find those little stretches to create a little bit more flow, freedom in those places that feel stagnant, stuck. Maybe need a little bit more attention or a little bit more love. And then come back to neutral. Start to take your knees a little bit wider, and if you want, you can even bring your big toes together and just send your feet back. Let your chest bow down and let your forehead find the earth. Maybe even create a pillow with your hands underneath your forehead. Child's pose. So this idea of finding a little stillness to ground down can be really nice. But then I want you to really find your breath right here for 3. Maybe even resist the urge to fidget. 2. Last one. And just over your next few breaths, meet me in downward facing dog. Tucking your toes, lifting your hips up and back, and then maybe right away you start to pedal out the feet, but stay grounded through the palms. And maybe you start to shake the hips or rock them side to side. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Soften your knees a lot. Maybe even take your feet really wide to find ragdoll. So here it is, perfect example of grounding down through your feet and then finding freedom in the upper body, in the neck, in the head. Maybe you shake it yes and no. And then heel to your feet just a little bit closer, halfway lift, but bring your hands to your hips. Reach your chest forward. And then just stand all the way up. Keep pressing down through your feet. Take your arms down along your sides and your palms face forward. So shrug your shoulders as you inhale. Maybe even open your mouth to empty. Find that grounding. One more like that. Big breath in. Mouth open. And start to reach your arms all the way up. Take a huge inhale. Reach up. Take your right hand to your left wrist and just lean over to the right, but I want you to press down through your left foot a little bit more. And then rise back up. Switch left hand to your right wrist. Lean to the left. Press through your right foot. And then rise up. Reach the hands high. And then bend your knees, sit back into chair pose. I want you to stay here. Now start to sweep your right hand forward and then sweep it down. Maybe start to circle it back and bring it up, but don't let the chest move. And now it's the left hand, reach it forward, swing it down, reach back as you can without moving the chest, and then reach the hand back up. Now stand up as you inhale. Exhale, hands through your heart, fold forward. You're gonna find that motion a few different ways throughout class. So take your halfway lift, big breath in, hands to your shins. And then walk your hands back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in to fill all the way up. And a big breath out, you empty. Rise to your toe. Drop your knees down to tabletop pose. Come right into cow, lift your heart, big breath in. And then exhale, press down and you round your back. And then start to come back into neutral. Reach your right hand forward as you inhale. Now, as you exhale, I want you to sweep it down towards the ground. And like you did when you were upright, reach it back behind you. Without moving the chest, reach it back up to the sky. And then reach the right hand forward. So just like flossing the shoulders, we call it. Set the right hand down. Reach the left hand forward as you inhale. And then let the fingertips graze the ground. Send them back behind you. Reach them up and forward. And then your hand finds the ground. Now start to walk your hands as you sit back on your heels. Walk your hands up your thighs. And you'll sit up nice and tall. Take a breath in, broaden through the chest. And a big breath out, you empty. Now I want you to rise up onto your knees, reach your hands high, lift your feet. And then do the same thing. Reach your right hand forward, sweep it down. With strength, reach it back and then up. So the freedom doesn't come so much in all of the chest, but it comes in the strength of reaching your left fingertips forward. Strengthen the shoulders, you sweep them down. Reach the fingertips back and up. Now step the right foot forward, hook the thumbs overhead, take the elbows wide, and lift your sternum, your chest a little higher. Take a big breath in. And then slowly bring your hands down, frame your right foot, tuck your back toes, and lift your back knee. Now keep your left hand down. You're going to do it on the right side again. So reach the right hand forward. But this time I want you to reach up towards the sky. Take a huge inhale. Now reach your right hand back and then let it come down towards the ground. Do that one more time. Trace that circle. Take a breath in, reach forward. Reach it up. Reach back. And then reach down. Now reach the right hand forward. Take a huge inhale. Set the right hand inside the right foot. Look to the left. And it's wide leg forward fold, parallel the feet. You'll find that long edge. Take your halfway lift, big breath in. And then exhale, soften the elbows, drop the head, soften knees as you fold. Do that one more time, halfway lift, bigger inhale, you lengthen. And then exhale to fold and bow the chest. Now it's halfway lift, huge inhale. I want you to bring your hands to your hips as you exhale. Get longer as you breathe it. Stand all the way up. Sweep the arms out and up, rise. Warrior two, to the front of your mat, you'll bend your right knee. Let it stack over the ankle. See if you can pull with your left fingertips back to stack shoulders over hips. Now start to reach your right hand up, reverse your warrior. Maybe you can drop your left hand out. Now find extended side angle, right forearm to your right side. I want you to sweep your left hand forward so your arm comes alongside your ear. And then start to reach your left hand back up to the sky. I want you to reach your left hand towards your left foot. Stay where you are. But then wrap your left forearm around your low back. See if you can send your left shoulder towards the wall behind you and lift your heart a little higher. Take one more breath in. Big breath out. Then you get to rise back up, warrior two, straighten the legs, reach the arms high, parallel the feet. And then again, fold forward right here, bow the chest down. Feeling grounded through the feet, halfway lift, big breath in to lengthen. I want you to see your right foot, just frame it with your hands back to that low runner's lunge. Drop the left knee down, sweep the arms high, big inhale, you rise. And then it's left hand forward, right hand goes back. Open arm twist to the right. Now here you stay or reverse it. Reach your left hand up, feel the front of the left leg, the left hip get a little longer. And then slowly come back up to center. Bring both hands forward. And I want you to find eagle arms, cross left arm under the right. Lots of work in the shoulders. You'll take a breath in to lift the forearm. And then exhale to bring elbows inside the right knee. Just one more time like that. Inhale, rise back up. And then exhale to round in. I want you to sweep the arms out and up as you rise. And then just bring the right knee next to the left. You'll start to sit back on your heels. This time, fingertips walk behind you. And then start to lift your heart. Roll the shoulders back, maybe even lift the chin. You can stay here or maybe even lift the seat. And then you'll sit back down. Rise up onto your knees. Reach your hands up and overhead. Reach the left hand forward. Sweep it down. Reach it back. And then up. And then it's to the right side. Right hand forward. Try not to let the chest move as you sweep it down. Reach back. And then up. Now step the left foot forward. Take a breath in to reach up higher. For me to hook the thumb. Take the elbows wide as you lift the sternum towards your thumb. Take one more breath in. And then drop the hands down, frame the left foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee. Now it's the right hand that stays on the ground. I like to bring it to a block just to give myself a little bit more space. And then reach the left hand forward. We're going to reverse that circle, reach the left hand high. Reach back and reach down. One more like that. Inhale to reach it forward. Exhale to reach it back and down. Now you'll reach the left hand really far forward, get long through the torso, and bring it inside the left foot. Look to the right. It's that wide leg forward fold as you parallel the feet. Take your halfway lift, get longer through the spine, and then exhale, bow the chest, fold. One more like that, halfway lift, bigger inhale, you lengthen. And then exhale, refold. Now it's halfway lift. Hands to your hips, stand all the way up, sweep the arms out and up. Warrior two to the front of your mat, turn your left toes forward, bend your left knee. Then again, can you stack shoulders over hips? Maybe sink a little lower. Now reverse your warrior, left hand will rise. And then find your side angle, forearm to your thigh. Reach left, right fingertips forward. Now reach the right hand back up. You're gonna stay in side angle, but reach the right hand back. And then bring it to your low back so that forearm draws behind you. And that open palm, I like to keep the right palm open, facing away. And then start to lift your heart. Press the back of your hand into your low back as you rise. And then come up, warrior two. Straighten the legs, reach the arms high, parallel the feet. And then hands to your heart, fold forward, bow the chest. Right into halfway lift. Frame your left foot, low runner's lunge. Drop the right knee down. Sweep the arms high. Take that big breath in to rise. And then your right hand goes forward, left hand back, twist to the left. Yes, and then reverse it. Right hand rises. Reach both hands back forward. This time it's right arm wrapping under left. Finding eagle arms, lift the forearms as you inhale. And then exhale, round it in, elbows inside the left knee. One more like that, inhale, rise up. And then exhale, you round. Sweep the arms out and up, sweep up. And then your left knee comes to meet the right. And then you'll sit back on your heels. If you choose to, fingertips behind you, lift the heart, maybe lift the seat, reverse cow. And then you'll sit back down, rise up onto your knees, reach the hands high, and then bring the hands down, tabletop pose. Right into cow, lift your heart, breathe in. Press down to round into cat. Now come back to neutral, tuck the toes, float the knees. Send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. So we add on here our second wave. Take a big breath in, bigger breath out. Send the right leg up and back, down dog split. Right foot to your right thumb. Step it through. Now it's your left hand that stays. Reach the right hand forward as you inhale. Reach the right hand up to the sky. Trace that circle. Reach the right hand back and down. Reach it forward as you inhale. Lower the hand inside the right foot, wide leg forward fold. Face the left side of your mat. Right into that halfway lift. Big breath in. I want you to bring your hands to your hips. Stand all the way up. Sweep the arms out and up. Rise for the inhale. Warrior two as you exhale. Right toes turn forward, bend the knee. Right into reverse. Right hand will rise as you inhale. Lengthen. Side angle. Forearm to your thigh. Right away, find the half thigh. So left forearm behind your low back. See if you can lift your chest a little higher. Stay. Breathe out. Take one more inhale. Big exhale. Back to warrior two. Now listen for the change. Straighten the legs, parallel the feet, sweep the arms high. Turn your left toes towards the back of your mat. Triangle pose. Left hand comes down to the shin, maybe to the thigh, maybe to a block. But I want you to ground down through the feet. So important. And then find that freedom in the upper body. Stay here, maybe even reach right arm over your right ear. Stay, full breath in. Big breath out. You'll rise all the way back up. Parallel the feet again. Sweep the arms high, take a big breath in. And then your choice, either hands to your heart or find that bind behind you with the hands interlaced. And then you fold forward. You're not here long, just a full breath in. Big breath out. And then it's your halfway lift, chest parallel to the ground. Bend through your left knee, it's that side lunge. Right leg stays long. Maybe the arms come out like wings for more strength. Stay. One more inhale to lengthen the crown of the head forward. Start to see your right foot, frame it, low runner's lunge. Now a little bit different. Your left hand will stay. I want you to start to reach your right hand up. So this is your first option. Or start to turn your right toes over to the right. Heel toe that foot about halfway back down your mat. And then come to the pinky toe side edge of that back foot. Let your hips sink down. Don't let it find the ground. I want it to still hover. And then maybe reach your right hand back. So it's a version of side plank, version of a side lunge.
And then pick the hips up, reach forward, back to downward facing dog. You step that right foot back. Take a full breath in. Big breath out. One more like that. Inhale, fill up. Open the mouth. Reach the left hand or left leg rather high. Step left foot to your left thumb. Now you're in this lunge. The right hand stays. Reach the left hand forward. Reach the left hand high. Reach it back. Trace that circle and reach it down. Now reach the left hand forward. One more time. Breathe in. Set it inside the left foot. Wide like forward fold. Parallel the feet. Halfway lift as you inhale. One exhale to fold forward. Halfway lift. Breathe it in. Hands to your hips. Stand all the way up. Sweep the arms out and up. Warrior two to the front of your mat. Left toes turn forward. Reverse it. Left hand will rise. Side angle. Forearm to your thigh. Right fingertips reach forward. And then maybe find your low back with that half bight. Take a big breath in to stay. Exhale to empty. And then it's back to warrior two. Straighten the legs. Reach the arms high. Parallel the feet. And then start to turn your right toes to the back of your back. Triangle pose. Right hand comes down. Left hand stacks on top. Or you reach it forward, overhead. Stay here for 3. Soften that right knee. Don't let it lock. 2. Find that freedom in the chest. One more inhale. Slowly rise up. Bend through the right knee just for a moment, warrior two. Now straighten the legs, parallel the feet. With or without a bind, you'll take that breath in to lift the heart, and then you fold forward, bow the chest. Stay here for a full inhale. Bigger exhale. Release that bind if you have it. Halfway lift, chest parallel to the ground. Bend your right knee, that side lunge, but this version first. Maybe float the arms out like wings. Take one more inhale to get longer. And then exhale, hands come down, framing your left foot at the top of your mat. Now here we go, that fun, funky, like side lunge on the other side. Right hand will stay. Start to turn your left toes out to the left. Heel toe or wiggle walk that foot halfway down, and then reach your left hand up as you spin to the pinky toe side edge of the back foot. And then maybe you start to sink that left hip, or right hip rather, and reach your left hand back. Then pick the hips back up, reach forward, downward facing dog. Take an inhale to stay. Open your mouth. Rise to your toes. Drop your knees down, tabletop pose. Lifting your heart, find cow. Press down, round cat. I want you to close your eyes and take 3 to 4 more rounds of breath here, coming back to that intuitive movement. Maybe you start to move in a circle in one direction. Return to that freedom, and then maybe it's the other direction. Remember, it's about what it feels like, not about what it looks like. So let it feel good to you. Take a full breath in. Big breath out. And then one last child's pose when you're ready, knees wide. Send your seat back. With or without that pillow of your hands, sink towards the ground. Find that moment of pause. Return to your breath. You're here for 3. Last 2. Final 1. And over your next few rounds of breaths, Make your way back to that tabletop pose, just for a transition here. And then you'll find a seat. Swing your legs out in front of you. Give them a little shake. Maybe even a little bit of love here, massaging the legs. And then start to bring the soles of your feet together. And then maybe even take a little bit of love to the bottom of your feet. Using your thumbs to massage the arches of your feet. Maybe even wiggling the toes, creating space there. And then send your feet back forward. Legs go long. You can even soften the knees and reach your hands forward as you sit up really tall. Make sure you have enough space behind you because you'll just slowly, one vertebra at a time, make your way to the ground. And then once you land there, I want you to reach your arms overhead and point your toes forward. Finding a long body stretch. So from your fingertips to your toes, even the front of your hips get a little bit longer. And then you can take your arms down along your sides. Keep your left leg long and hug your right knee in towards your chest. And then just bring it across your body to your degree. And then I want you to reach your right hand up to the sky for a moment. And you're going to slowly let your right hand find the ground over to the right. Letting that be your nice twist. Staying grounded, supported by the earth. But finding that freedom in the upper body. And then you'll just slowly bring yourself back through center. And then you'll switch. Your right leg goes long. Hug your left knee in. You draw it across and reach your left hand up. And like you were opening a book here over to the left, reach your left hand to the ground. Let the back of your hand land and ground out. Maybe even look to your left fingertips. Soften the jaw. Soften the face. And then you'll slowly come back through center. If you need one last long body stretch, go ahead and take it. And then you might even start to hug your knees towards your armpits if that feels good. And then just take a little rock side to side. And once you feel complete, go ahead and get yourself nice and comfy for your final shape, your place of rest. Shavasana.
Notice if your mind wanders. Just ever so gently invite it back in to your body, to your breath. To your fingers, to your toes. And stay relaxed and still, but just take a bigger breath in. A longer breath out. 2 more like that. Let each breath be just a little bit bigger than the last. And then use that sense of intuition to start to wake your body up. Ever so slowly. And over your next few rounds of breath, just start to bend your knees. You'll roll to the side of your choice. And just keep your eyes nice and heavy as you rise up to a seat. And once you're there, sitting up nice and tall, feel the shoulders soften, the ego soften, and let your heart be light as you bring your hands together right in front of that space. Take a big breath in to fill up. Bigger exhale to empty. And bring your thumb tips to the center of your forehead. As always, using this time as a reminder to be kind to yourself so you can show up and be kind for others. Namaste. Happy Friday. As always, thank you for joining me, for moving just a little bit more, for breathing
so
a little bit more. And yeah, enjoy. I won't keep you because I know you are on to the next, and I'll give you time to transition accordingly. But yeah,
It's all
enjoy.
good.
Have so much fun and have a great weekend. Hopefully it'll